everybody. Welcome back to the DansGolfWorld Show. We got action-packed stuff here to cover, right, Gary? I mean, come on.
Let's go.
We've been doing. It's a new year. It's a new show.
Happy 2025.
It's new everything. But somehow, ending off last year, we had a run of injuries. We got to jump in and look at those. Christmas time was not great to the golfers, including Gary. But there's a lot to cover there. Also, controversy is arising all over the internet over the PNC, Bernhard Langer, some questionable techniques used, and some of the golf community is not completely happy about that. Also going to look at some of the worst golf stories of 2024, including some golfers that are no longer with us. All coming up right here on the DansGolfWorld Show. All right. Well, welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Happy 2025. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy golf year. I mean, even though we're supposed to get like a foot of snow, I have no idea.
It's going to be bad.
It's going to be bad. We just want to golf, right, Gary?
I just want to golf.
That's all we want to do.
All the time.
Wow, no introduction for the Gizmeister. It's okay. Larry, nice to see you again. Rich, how's it going? Josh, congrats on your engagement.
Ooh.
You can leave your balls on the table. You won't be needing them now.
Yeah, gone.
And Dan,
Yes.
my mother told me if I had nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all.
Fair.
Well, Happy New Year, everyone.
Wow. Just coming in strong, huh, Gizmo? Well, you know what? I'm sorry. No proper introduction. But Gizmo, we're happy to have you. We're happy you're back. Well, not that you went anywhere because you can't go anywhere because you're an inanimate object, but you still have a wonderful sense of humor, and you're always cruel to me. Thank you.
You're saying he's not real?
I am saying that his movement is limited, is what I'm saying. He's a busy guy. What can I say? Man, so I kind of want to jump right into this stuff. It seemed like we had an injury-prone holiday season for some of the top golfers in the profession. And we're going to jump into a few of these. Obviously, Scottie Scheffler, Viktor Hovland.
In like the funniest way, though.
And Gary.
Oh, yeah.
On the injury list in terms of top golfers. So before we jump into the the top 10 golfers in the world, I want to look at golfer number 1, Gary. What's been going on? I'm seeing a picture here on the screen. There's some blood. There's some Band-Aids.
Yeah.
So walk us back through. Do you want to go through your latest hand injury, or do you want to go to the one prior where you almost shaved off a knuckle?
Yeah, the one prior, like, it's getting better.
Maybe, is there a camera you could kind of? There you go. So take us through this one, Gary. Your golf hands are important to the game. Yours have been under attack of sorts. Start us. Obviously, we know you spent the whole year with barely any skin on your hands, as is. It's winter.
Was that from golf?
Hopefully.
Yes.
Oh
PG.
my God.
Not MA content.
But
Richard.
now that the skin of the hand is finally healing here during the winter season, they are back under severe duress. What happened here on the knuckle? It looks like, I don't know, some sort of gaping wound that's healing.
Well, no, sadly, my knife had popped open in the golf bag, and I designated to a certain pocket, and I understand it's in there, but
Yes.
just was open somehow and got me good.
So you just reached in and just caught a stray.
Yeah, and then
About a week later.
I kept picking up my little dog Finn and blowing on his stomach. And then for a good 6 or 7 times, I would go and then put him down, and then he would look over. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Come here, I love you. And then I'd do it again, and then he bit me, which I deserved.
So you were having more fun than he was.
He was not having a good time.
He was like, "We just stop." No, I'm
Gary,
asking you
you
to
are
stop.
one unique person.
Oh no.
Oh, and stop sending me that damn video of you fist-bumping Tiger Woods. Let me know when you go to the Masters.
Did you see
Look
it?
at my
It was
hat.
good.
I've even been there.
He said, "Let him know when you've been to the Masters." I mean, he does have the hat to prove it. He's been there.
Yeah.
Even Gizmo has been there. So, Gary, are you healing up? Are we in recovery mode, or are we still spiraling through various injuries and damage?
We're good.
We're good.
It smells though.
Ew.
It
What?
smells.
You know, underneath this nail, this nail will fall off soon. So
you're gonna have like a nub.
I've been washing it and putting peroxide and all the good stuff, but underneath the nail, you could smell it. It's not happy.
Oh no! Is it
You
like
need to get that checked out if it's smelly.
Well, it's not bad anymore because but in my head, that's what's going to happen.
As he sniffs it.
Here, smell it.
Just sniff test.
Smell my hand.
Good. Does it smell bad?
I have only a few like mandatory rules in life. One of them is I don't smell other people's hands. That's just that's it.
Do you guys have any like smells that like when you smell it, it stays in your nose for like a solid hour, even when it's all gone?
Like I feel like it more mentally happens to me than realistically, because right now I have the smell of Gary's fingernail in my nose and I haven't smelt it.
Come here.
But the idea of like this funky infected hand is now like in my mind, and I feel like it's
When you go to indoor golf, you smell like a French fry.
all right.
No, when you do your clothes, when you leave there, you always smell like you've just been working in the kitchen. But that's not even that bad. My hand, like the knuckle, when it was bleeding, that was insane.
Yeah.
Where are you playing indoor golf at that you smell like a French fry?
Well, they make good food. They make.
Let's just put it this way: it's not TGL. You know what I mean? It is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gary, we're on the road to recovery. We're doing okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Well, let's move on to world number 2 golfer Scottie Scheffler. And I say world number 2 only because, come on, Gary, right?
Gary, good.
So did you guys hear about this? Scottie Scheffler, somebody get him out of the kitchen. I don't know what's going on, but this dude has some sort of an injury over the holiday season. And apparently there are shards of broken wine glass in his hand, embedded. And he's taking an apparent 7-week break from playing professional golf. He's withdrawn from the Century, the PGA Tour season opener. And I'm just curious, something like that. Gary, maybe you could speak to this because you're so familiar with hand injuries. Do you think this is recoverable for one of the greatest golfers on the planet? Or is this sort of like the beginning of the end for the Scottie Scheffler era?
No, he's going to be completely fine, no matter what, because his mentality's there. He's Scottie Scheffler. So that's cool. But in my head, what I want to know was this like a cheersing so hard that
He just hammered?
Like, dude, I'm Scottie Scheffler. It's Christmas. I just made like 20-something million, 60-something million dollars.
63 in winnings alone.
Yeah.
That doesn't include sponsorship deals. Look at that Nike hat.
Was it just like I won at 64 and he's all angry or something weird? And
or was it more like
he's so nice? I don't see him getting angry.
Like wife's moving the turkey and knocked over a little wine glass, and he's like, "Oh, I've got it, honey. Don't worry. You've been taking care of the baby all day and everything." And he goes to grab it and just like ruins the start of his 2025 season.
In my movie theater, I want him celebrating.
He's hammered,
drunk. He's not
Or
like accidentally.
Do you guys think it was even more complex than that? Maybe he slipped.
Here we go. He slipped.
You know what I mean? Slipped and fell and.
Now, maybe potentially he's holding the wine glass and
shuffle.
falls and shuffles and then shatters it in his own hand, potentially.
Yeah.
Again,
I mean, do we know for sure that it is a wine glass? Because
I think so.
The press release just says broken glass. That he was in the kitchen cooking on Christmas Day and it was broken.
You know, the only reliable source I had was a random Instagram page that I don't remember what it's called, but, you know, I just accepted it as fact.
There's a crack pipe.
Maybe it's not wine glass at all. Maybe it's, you know, he punched through a window. He locked himself out. Maybe his like little keypad door entry system lost its 9-volt battery, so he's going to be the hero, so his wife and baby aren't standing out in the cold. So he's going to fist punch his way back in the house. World #1 golfer. Why not? He's got the strength. You've seen it. Get those hips moving. And it ended up disastrous. Who knows? I mean, it really could be anything.
I felt like that was the Goosebumps. Remember Goosebumps where you take your own path of stories?
No.
You led us down a totally different path of story.
I don't know. I know what Goosebumps is. I never read
book.
Goosebumps.
Oh.
I never.
Okay.
We
It
didn't
looks
have
like he's
Goosebumps
going to have
money.
to ask his wife for a few favors until he is fully healed.
Oh, boy.
Can't be popping stitches while trying to pop himself, if you know what I mean.
Oh, my God.
This is Guy Scheffler.
You know what? I didn't consider that aspect of things. But Gizmo, thank you so much for bringing up that potential reality of his injuries.
That would suck.
I thought it was interesting. Justin Thomas just kind of came through my feed as I was prepping for the show, but he talked about he feels like he has everything in him to have a Scottie Scheffler type season in 2025.
I love that though.
I could see it.
I mean, I know in him as a human it's possible, but that is just such a drastic change from, you know, what we've seen on tour as of late. But I think also as a pro golfer, you have to have that mentality. You've got to be able to think of yourself as like, I could do that. That's nothing. Like, because otherwise, how do you even show up? Like you'd be checking, you know, like the tournament check-in sheet and see Scottie's here and just quit. You know what I mean? Like, I do understand the importance of that mental, you know, preparation, but is it possible?
But for him to say it to the, you know, the media and stuff is pretty ballsy, which is cool. So I think that's what's going to help. Because, you know, watch your thoughts, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they define your character. And he's obviously done something within the past, you know, current couple months that he's switched to gear there confident-wise.
I mean, he did have a much better season this year than he did the previous. So maybe it was just a turning of the tides. Like he's just saying, like, listen, guys, like I'm coming. Like, look out, get out of the way. Justin Thomas is back, ready to win some majors again. Ready to you know, be a large contributor on the Ryder Cup team as we're going to need this year. 2025. We'll get into that.
Watch.
Oh, he's a great time.
I love Justin Thomas.
You put Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth in a group and put it in any form of competition format, and I'm watching every time. 10 out of 10. Other injuries on the list, Viktor Hovland. Did you guys hear about this one?
That sucks.
And Rich, maybe you could speak to this a little bit, but the reports are, and again, these could be totally wrong, he broke his toe on a bed frame.
That is a brutal injury. I think
brutal.
we've all sustained that.
That's a great picture.
Aaron Rodgers even had the broken toe during COVID, the so-called COVID toe.
You know, that's everybody was stuck at home, stubbing their toes, having a terrible time. I mean, look at that, the break on that though. I mean, that is like
that's hardcore break.
Oh yeah, that thing's pointing
Chop it
right,
off.
just gone.
Oh.
Me and Viktor Hovland have something in common.
Okay.
We both battled bed frames. The only difference is that I beat mine.
Wow.
Yeah, no kidding. I had this girl the other night climbing Mount Pleasure for hours. And when she hit the peak, the bed caved in from under us. I wonder if that's why she hasn't called me back.
Jesus.
Sure was other reasons.
Where's your bed, Gizmo?
Yeah. Wow. Gizmo is leaving me speechless today. I don't even know how to respond to that. But apparently Gizmo does understand the pain of Viktor Hovland. All right, guys, if you were to pick one, now obviously hands, golf, I mean, whatever, but the toe, the pain, I can't even imagine the pain in that. What are you picking? You got to pick one.
We don't have a picture of Scotties.
Glass in the hand.
No, they never released a picture of Scottie's.
It was that bad.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, really?
I have no idea.
I mean, he doesn't really share anything.
No, Viktor Hovland's posting everything. He's like, oh, hey, Doc, let me get that x-ray. I'm putting it on Instagram.
It
I
looks
would
like it's
rather
his
that
right
happen.
foot.
All right, Josh, you're taking snapped toe over glass in the hand. Gary?
Snap toe.
Rich?
So I'm taking snap toe, but I got a question. If he has a snap toe, can he get a medical exemption and use a cart like John Daly does?
Oh, wow. He deserves it.
Who was the lefty that was using it?
Lefty using a
Mike
cart?
Weir, was it, that was using a cart back in the day for a little bit?
I don't know.
Okay, well, moving on.
No, listen. I mean, you've got some
He did.
deep knowledge here, and I don't want to dismiss it. It's just not something I'm aware
Well,
of.
there was a guy that was, you know, in the cart for a while, and I forgot what his issue was, but you know, I think he was a lefty, and so blah blah. He's like, Rich is looking up. I could hear us clicking.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
This happened to my dad once, not on a bed frame though. He got new glasses, and you've worn glasses. You know, when you get new ones, you gotta your eyes gotta adjust to them.
Yeah.
His depth perception was off, and he walked into the wall, and the corner of the wall got him.
No.
Yeah.
How long was he out of golf?
Oh, probably for 20 years.
Easily.
That's a long time.
Easily 20 years out.
You know what my favorite one is? When you're running in someone's yard at night and you don't know they have like one of those 2-foot high fences for their little dog, and you just.
Why are you hopping in other people's fences?
When you're a kid, you know.
That
You
wasn't
know.
a thing for my generation.
Running around the neighborhood.
Playing outside?
No,
Trick or treating.
No, playing outside was one of them because when I was younger, it was before the era of the cell phones.
Okay. Oh, all right.
So
you lived a good part of life for a little bit.
But no one was jumping in other people's backyards and backyard hopping. I know what you're talking about, but no one did that.
We did that.
We did that.
We did that.
I feel like when I was young, there was no perception of like any one's yard. It was just the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then the boundary was like people's doors, and usually like didn't go through that unless
And
they were like your good
busy
friend.
streets.
You know? Yeah. We didn't have those. We lived in a cul-de-sac. It was a dream. Kick the can.
I
the whole
wish,
thing.
man. Dude, that was a dream growing up. Like, I had my buddies that lived in a cul-de-sac, and they'd have a basketball hoop in the middle, and all
Oh,
the kids
yeah.
would come out and hoop.
Now, let me tell you where the cul-de-sac reigns supreme. When it snows and they plow and they just push it all to the end, and you've
Nice.
got this snow mountain to big forts. Oh, yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Snowball fights.
Elite neighborhood status when you've got the cul-de-sac snow pile. That's all I'm saying.
Rich, what did you come up with?
All right, so was it Casey Martin is who you were talking about
Possible.
back in 2001?
Yeah.
So I just finding this out. He actually sued the PGA Tour under the Americans with Disabilities Act in 2001.
Wow.
Yeah. And he won the right to use a golf cart during competition. It actually went all the way up to the Supreme Court where
No!
they ruled 7-2 in his favor of ruling against the PGA so he can use his golf cart.
That's how important
How-
golf is.
How did Ruth Bader Ginsburg vote on this? I just want to know.
That's
How
nuts.
this
Who's the
went.
two? I don't know the two. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That went all the way to the Supreme?
Crazy.
Wow.
That's so crazy.
He's a lefty,
and then, of
right?
course, it's got John Daly using it back in 2019 for his right knee. And then it also says players above 50 can use it quite often for health.
Wow.
Oh,
The Supreme
Tiger Woods
Court.
is almost there.
Yeah, he is.
Gary, as our house resident Tiger Woods expert, you're wearing a Tiger shirt with a goat SDR hat. Thank you. Clearly, you had a Merry Christmas. Do you think Tiger would allow himself to ride in a golf cart?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Surprised you have that answer.
Because he's, it's not that important. These, other championships.
Everything's important to Tiger.
Unless it's a major, it's another PGA event because he's going to get past Sam Snead with 83 if he wins one more.
He has to.
But yeah, he has to.
Everybody should just sit down. Just
he's going to do it.
like like when they do like the Make-A-Wish thing, like let the kid come out and score.
Dude,
Everybody
him just
like
going
kind of
to
fake
Bay
plays.
Hill- Yeah, but there's
They
no.
should do that.
No. He
Make a
doesn't-
wish for Tiger.
Yeah,
he
make
needs
a
it.
wish. No way.
Dude, he's had a rough life. Poor guy. Poor Tiger.
Yeah. Okay. Keep moving on because I'm going to get off the rails here.
You are. Dude, it's so close. And I keep trying to shove you off for some reason. I'm like baiting Gary into a complete off-rails situation.
I was just about to be like, you ever listen to Tosh Point Oh?
Oh, my God.
Great show.
So on the topic of Tiger, PNC, have you guys seen all this controversy over Bernhard Langer, the team Langer, the team that won over Tiger and Charlie Woods? There has been nothing but controversy since. And I feel like the people want this tournament reversed.
Yep.
They want this guy hung, I mean, like not literally, but, kind of a little bit literally. But let's kind of go through some of the controversies that have been brought up here across the internet. I would say the first and foremost, people are very upset about this putting style. And the rule, we saw these big putters come out through like the early 2010s, and people were anchoring them. They would put it all the way up to their chest and kind of hold the end of it and do this little turn move. And it created this sort of like perfect pendulum, took like wobble out of the putting, whatever. Well, it was deemed to be unfair and found to be later on ruled out in professional golf by both the USGA and the R&A in 2016. However, the workaround has been, okay, well, I will just put my hand there and then still kind of touch my chest. So the club still only has its 2 points of contact, but my hand is sort of like bridging that in-between space and still doing a similar move. But then you look at the way he's holding the club and people are wondering like, his hand isn't really on top to create that full barrier between club and chest. He's still doing like a side hold. There could be room for some club. So controversy number one, because apparently 0 people are watching him on the Champions Tour. They finally saw the way he putted at the PNC. 0 people. But this kind of brought up a lot of people saying that, is this win unfair, starting with this putting technique? Do you guys see anything here? Do we have something of concern?
It's fine.
Josh?
I do. I see his hand touching his chest.
Yeah.
That's not right.
So in the ruling, though, can the hand touch the chest but not the club?
I feel like it's the same thing.
Well, there's interpretation of the law or rules. And the rule specifically said that you can't have 3 points of contact on the club. That would still leave only 2. If it's his hand touching his chest, only 2 hands touching the club.
That's what she said.
It takes at least 2 hands.
What's
but 3
Freddie
would
doing?
help.
Is Freddie still putting it into his stomach? Because he's not allowed to then.
I don't know, like touching?
Yeah, because he always used to just put it right into his stomach and just putt, unless he changed it up.
How mad would he be? These guys bring out these wacky broomstick putters. They have to change all these rules, and it
Dumb
just
putter.
ruins his like little putt he's been doing the whole time.
Yeah.
How are
He's
those
so mad.
How are those not illegal yet?
Why?
You know what I mean? Like it just I feel like those clubs, like there's not really a need for them.
I mean, the thing is, though, it's like, why can your driver be so long? And then can I put the driver shaft on my putter? Where do the rules sort of start and end?
That looks a little longer than the driver shaft.
Well, it is.
Yeah, it was just, it was like an analogy. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
like, do you not feel dorky though? I mean, he's the man. He's amazing. And
Yeah.
I would like to
Not
have.
super likable, but,
I like him,
he's
but,
done well.
But that putter's so stupid. Like, could you imagine standing on the green like with this? Like, I don't want that.
like this flag stick looking putter.
Yeah, you put it in your bag, you hang your flags off of it.
You really do. All right. Next controversy that came up along the way. What do we have next, Josh? Which one was it? Is it the teeing it up in the sand?
Yeah, that teeing it up.
Thank you. Gary, and listen, you love scrambles. I love scrambles. We play in a lot of scrambles, but there's been some imagery arising of him taking some extra liberties in the bunker. The ball sort of propped up on like this beautiful little lump of sand so he could hit driver out of the bunker. All right. So now we have putting controversy. Now we're looking at bunker controversy. Is he out of bounds here? Our reigning scramble expert.
Nobody ever said anything to him there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like when Tiger dropped it on the 3rd day when he came back and, at the Masters when he wore the yellow shirt and they called him on it the next day. It's like, well, at the moment, nobody said anything, so they allowed it, and you're able to place your ball. And so I do it all the time. So I don't know, but we're not playing for what they're playing for.
Right. And nobody's like zoomed in.
Yeah, nobody really cares about it.
I mean, because listen, I may or may not have fluffed a bunker a time or two, but it wasn't at the PNC. It wasn't for a ton of money, and it wasn't to win this like weird WWE looking belt.
But even in the
Those
rough,
things look sick.
I knew you would
Those
love
are-
it.
Look like the tag team champions right there.
you got a
yeah.
Pokemon card and you put it in there.
All right, here's what I think. Here's how I think we settle the Team Woods versus Team Langer controversy here. Who deserves the win? A cage match for the belt.
I could see it.
Okay, who you taking?
Oh, I'm taking the Woods on the way.
Why does Langer's kid look like a serial killer, though? He looks like a Patrick Bateman type, and he probably knows some moves that we don't know about, and you're like, where did that come from?
Well, first of all, you'd have to look like a serial killer to accept all the ways your dad plays golf. Okay? That crazy putter,
I'd be like,
fluffing in the sand.
you think he's ever beat his dad?
But do you think, though, Tiger Woods, I mean, he's built. Dude is a brick wall.
There's no doubt that Tiger takes him down.
However, he can also barely walk.
That don't matter.
So
Tiger hung out with Navy SEALs. That was his hangout. That was like back in 01. That was his hobby. Going through halo jumps and kill houses and all that.
I mean, listen, Stephen Hawking could hang out with Navy SEALs. That doesn't mean he's putting up a good fight.
yeah,
like,
but it doesn't mean he's jumping out of the airplane, though.
Rich, who you taking in this?
Well, I mean, of course, you got to go with the younger guys, right? I mean, although Charlie is a lot younger and a lot smaller, so I think as far as the two boys go, I think that's definitely going to be.
All right, younger Langer is beating younger Woods.
No.
Yes.
No, Charlie's bigger.
Dude, Charlie looks huge compared to that string bean.
He's a nice kid, though.
That kid's probably like 6 foot tall, isn't he?
Yeah,
He
but he's
probably
like
weighs a buck
140 pounds.
Which means he's punching him square in the groin, eye level. Just
Yeah, but Charlie's like what, 5'5"? Like, I don't know.
No, Charlie's like 5'9".
look it up. We're speculating for
Look it
zero
up,
There we go.
Jamie. Slash Rich.
Here's the thing. I think Tiger Woods could pack one hell of a punch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
However, I think if you pushed him a little, he's going down.
I think he's just.
Dude, his ankle's fused, his back is fused, his everything's fused.
Give him a kick to
Go
the
ahead,
nuts.
Rich.
Fused.
Rich has got something.
Come on, Rich.
So Charlie's height in 2023 was believed to be 5'5",
All right.
whereas his height this year
Like
is
5'9".
5'11".
Yep.
Oh,
He grew up like crazily.
Okay, first of all, no.
Yes.
No, he's not. Dude, I
Tiger's
stood
6
next
foot.
to him.
I don't care.
I asked him questions when I had the opportunity to
Ask
talk to Tiger
Tiger,
Woods.
Ask a 14-year-old.
How tall do you think he is, Dan?
Oh.
I feel like I'm like 5'9". Like I feel like he and I would be similar-ish. I don't see him as nearly 6 foot. How tall is Tiger? Gary, you should know.
6'1".
6'1". Pull up a picture of Tiger and Charlie standing next to each other. They're not 2
It's
inches
like
apart.
this difference.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Thank
Like, I'm
you.
looking at a picture of it right
Thank
now.
you.
There is
I know
zero
everything.
chance there's only 2 inches. You know what it is? It's like the stats that all the pros do, right?
Yeah.
They're always like an extra 10 or 20 pounds bigger. They're always like 2 or 3 inches taller.
Yeah,
There's no way.
It's like the
real
videos
life-
on Instagram where like all the dudes lie about their height, and then they're
Yes.
like, "Okay, cool, let's check," and they're like, "Well,
Yeah.
wait." Dude's like 5'7" and a half.
I like when he brings the weight scale out.
oh,
And
yeah,
she's like, nope.
yeah.
I saw this. This is totally off topic. There's this clip. This guy walks up to the girl and interviews her. Hey, does height matter for girls, like, or for a guy? If you're gonna date somebody, does height matter? And oh yeah, it definitely matters. It's got to be that. And he's like, okay, cool. Well, here, can you step on the scale?
Oh, I've seen
That's
that.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You can't do that.
I like the guy that's like, if I was straight, would you smash? And the girl's like, yeah. And he's like, good. I'm just straight.
Got him. That the sunglasses.
Where
float
has this
down,
podcast gone?
Yeah. All right. Last but not least,
New year, new us.
Bernhard Langer teeing up from anywhere from like 80 to 100 yards in front of 15-year-old Charlie Woods. The last one. Now, again, that's the tournament setup. I don't feel like we can hold that against him, but do you feel like the guy who is up until like 2 months ago still playing pro golf,
I'd be embarrassed.
guy has won countless amount of times on various tours, and now here he is teeing up at like the Reds, 100 yards in front of Charlie Woods. Do you think that is a fair tournament organizational structure? I think it's crazy. I want to know what you guys think here.
I have a question.
Go on, Josh.
So for this tournament, you know how there's like usually like there's a ladies tee,
Yeah.
senior tee. Is there a youth tee?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm all flustered about this, and I have no clue.
Okay, because what I'm saying is, where
I would rather have that than some hee-haw Kamala Harris response that he doesn't get to a point.
Jesus.
New Year, you
Show's gone.
Jeez. Okay. Next
Where's
question.
my
Next
baby?
question. Where did his son tee off from?
Little Langer.
Little Langer.
No one knows his name.
Like he's
and
27
no one ever will.
years old.
They've won like 9 times in a row, and 0 people know his name.
6.
Thank you.
Because it doesn't say where he started.
Gary, could you
from.
hold up 6 again? What is that? Are you? I feel like you're pointing at 5. Like, is this 6 or is this 5?
6 times.
This is 6.
That's not 6 either.
That's 3.
No, this is 3.
This is the German 3.
Wait, this isn't 3.
Yeah, it is.
That-
No, it's not.
American
this is
Sign
like
Language.
Alf.
American Sign Language. This is 3. This is 6.
Okay,
How did we get so far?
Starting with the closed hand,
You wanna
count to
smell my
5.
finger?
Wrong.
Yeah, I got.
Wrong. You don't go 1, 2, thumb.
Yeah,
You don't go
do.
back.
You go like this.
And you don't start with thumb.
You start with
What are you
thumb.
guys doing? 1. Okay, how about this? Hold up 1. Just show me like, hey, how many pieces of pizza do you want? What? Hold up 1.
Oh, I got
You
one
hold
for
up
you
one.
right here.
Hold up 1, Gary. Hold up. Then how did you go 1?
We deviate. Depends
So
on
it's
the
like,
buy.
I want 1, but if I want
1,
2. I have to go 1, 2. And then you go 1, 2 back to. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4,
You don't go
5,
back.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You want a cookie?
How is this 10? What are we doing? What, Rich?
You guys are
can
so
you help
fired
me
up
here?
today.
What, Rich? Help me out here. Rich, count to 5 on your hand. Just show it to me.
I'm
don't do it
about
wrong.
to
I
count
need
to
support
one.
here.
Anybody who does this
Thank
for
you.
3, I'm just gonna do this for 1. That's just like
This is my 3.
1, 2, back to 3. What are we
Right?
doing? Oh my God. All right.
all right. Can we reel it back in?
Yeah,
So,
please, Rich.
the
Thank you.
younger Langer's name is Jason. That is his youngest.
I already
son.
forgot his name.
All right.
All right. Does he keep his title or should it be revoked?
No, he keeps his title.
Keeps his title?
Yeah.
No cage match.
No cage match.
Josh?
I would like to see the cage match.
Of course you would. Who would host it? Who's announcing these guys coming out?
Verity.
Netflix.
Netflix is hosting it.
Dan's Golf World.
Dan's Golf World on Netflix and YouTube.
Yeah, let's get it rolling.
Netflix
Yeah.
definitely fixed the streaming as far as Christmas goes, because I was super worried after watching the whole fight with Mike Tyson and all that stuff. When everybody turns out watching it on their phone because it just kept cutting out. But Christmas football all day was awesome. Like, there was no problems, no glitches. I actually really, really liked that. I thought they did a really good job.
Wow. Well, thanks to our sponsor, Netflix, for getting
There
all
we
that
go.
worked out. And we appreciate you guys solving your technological issues. I didn't check on it because I actually watched zero football. So
Yes, we know.
I'll take your
You
word
see
for it.
the nail?
Gary's peeling off his fingernail right now.
I'm not peeling it off. I'm
come
just
He
on,
is.
showing
He's
it.
bending it back and
I'm just
smelling it.
I'm not smelling it.
I can smell
I
it.
asked you if you wanted to
You
smell
definitely
Oh
ate
my
paint when you were.
God.
He ate paint chips for breakfast every
Dude,
morning.
he had paint like cereal in his paint.
it. Hey,
So,
go put the thing up on the thing.
so
the
kind
electrical
of
thing.
circling back to the whole controversy with
Thank
this
you
whole,
for bringing the show back.
You're right. So, I mean, there's 3 main things that they're talking about, right? They're talking about his putting.
Yeah.
They're talking about his ball placement, that he
Sand
got
fluff.
driver in the sand,
Yep.
and they're talking about where he got to hit from his
Forward
tees, right?
tees. Yeah.
Well, so that was the rules established. Like I don't understand. Like none of those were cheating at all. Like, if you look
But
at
it's
the way the rules are,
controversial.
but if you look at the way I think people are just mad that Tiger and Charlie didn't win. So it's like, let's try
Exactly.
and find it.
Facts.
Well, so stop being a sore loser and a whiny crybaby. You lost. Those were the rules. You guys lost.
But they
Oh.
didn't bring it up, though.
Now, here's the thing, though. The putting technique is borderline on the rules
But he's, like you just said, he's been doing it forever. Nobody ever says anything because
because
watched
nobody
the tournament.
saw he was playing on the Champions Tour.
There-
He was like doing
but
it in your closet by yourself. Nobody knows how you putt in there. On the Champions
Nobody
Tour.
also, he didn't just putt that way the one time. He putted that way the entire time for the entire tournament, right?
Yeah, and then Instagram found out like a week later.
Right?
Yeah.
So these whiny crybabies are whiny and crying about it.
What about
Like,
the sand? He put his ball on like a lump.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. What's the rules say? Do you have to drop from your knee or can you place it?
I think you can place it.
So
Yeah.
I mean, because they're playing a scramble. There's no if there was a scramble rule that said you must drop from your height of your waist or your knee or whatever you got to do, fine, then that's the rule. But if the rule is you can place it, I'm going to find the best place to place it and place it the best. It's for $1 million or whatever they were winning.
It was like 880K or something, or 160. Yeah, either way, which is way more than like the whole season of the Champions Tour. I have no idea.
It's their
Why am I
Masters.
ragging on the Champions Tour? Because I'm mad. I wanted Tiger Woods to win. Just hand him the win. Everybody lay down. Just give him one. Jeez, the guy needs it. He's had a tough time. Right, Gary?
It's horrible times.
Thanks for showing us your Tiger hoodie. All right, whatever.
You know, I fist pounded
Brushing
him
it
in
off.
that video.
I'm moving. Rich, you bring up such a good point that I have to move on. Okay?
Fair. Sorry. Apologize.
You're making it hard for me to be irritated over nearly nothing. Max Homa
Love him.
making some big moves.
Yeah.
Max Homa historically has been team titleist, FootJoy shoes all the way around. Well, right here at the new year, we get some brand new Max Homa news coming out.
The homes.
Gary, have you seen where he's headed?
I have not.
Okay. Before we put anything up on the screen, throw it out there. He's got a new club company and a new apparel company. Where did he go?
Reebok.
And for the club company?
Mizuno.
All right. 0 for 2. He has made his way over to the Cobra Puma team.
Nice.
He'll be using Cobra clubs through the entire bag, top to bottom. He'll be in Puma shoes. And then for his apparel, he's now with Lululemon.
Oh, that's kind of fun and relaxing.
I saw something interesting. They said, with Minwoo Lee and now Max Homa, both with Lululemon, they've done something interesting where they've picked two guys that you'd want to hang out with.
Yeah.
I literally just saw that post.
Did you?
Yeah,
were you taking the same shit I was taking when I saw it?
I might have been.
You might have been.
Max Homa might have just made the smartest move in professional golf history.
Wow.
Now he gets to participate and watch the photo shoots. Oh, would I like to be a fly on the wall for that?
Lululemon photo shoots. Jesus. I'm sure that's why he did it. He was like, hey, let's maybe do some collab work with the yoga pants team and see if we can get some good shots.
Do you
here.
see how expensive those yoga pants are?
Like $120.
How much were yours?
I don't have none.
Oh, okay.
Mine are special made.
Got it.
Is he going to be wearing yoga pants out walking around?
No. Lululemon has an entire golf line. Minwoo Lee's been with them for about the past year. It's good looking stuff. It's like
very comfortable.
Yeah, comfy looking, but like classy, comfy looking, golf wear, standard golf wear by the Lululemon company. But I thought that was an interesting point they pointed out, that they are, now that they're making this endeavor into the golf world with Lululemon, that the two ambassadors, the first two they've chosen, are both just like very cool guys, like super cool, fun to follow on social media. Of course, Max Homa is ridiculously hilarious. But Minwoo Lee, same thing. Let him cook. He's got like this whole thing going on. I think let him cook, please. I think that's an interesting move for Lululemon and who they're targeting. Here's the question. If you were to make Lululemon's third choice, who do you feel like would be in line with those two sort of style of personality guys they already have? Josh, go.
I have two.
All right.
A male and female.
All right.
Nelly Korda.
Okay.
And then Xander Schauffele.
Please.
Ooh. Here, okay, so the Xander Schauffele part, let's start there. Until I watched him on other people's shows like Barstool and all that stuff, I had no clue he was fun and cool and had like a great sense of humor. Max Homa let us know that on his own. So I think there's a difference.
Yeah. That
Xander Schauffele in an overall sense doesn't put out there that he's this guy that you'd want to hang out with. However, once I saw him on like Bob the Sports and this other stuff, I'm like, dude, this dude seems awesome. Like really, really cool. So, all right, fair enough. Nelly Korda, she seems so sweet and nice, but is she like fun and cool on like social media and stuff?
Oh, I bet.
Who cares?
Who cares?
She's done stuff with Foreplay.
Has she?
Yeah, she's done a couple things.
Who do you think fits the Minwoo Max Homa sort of style? Maybe there's no one. Maybe they got the two. They're like, but that's why we don't have 10.
Schauffele's a good guess. I would like to see Fitzpatrick. He just seems likable.
All right. So you guys can't think of any fun guys, huh?
Dan, how about your good buddy Bryson DeChambeau?
He's with Reebok now.
Yeah, he is the face of the entirely new Reebok line.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's doing his own thing.
But I mean, you're talking about fun people, though.
Yeah, no, very true, very true. I'm kind of like soaking that up. I feel like 2024 Bryson would be the Bryson for that lineup. I don't know that 2023, definitely not 2021 Bryson.
No.
2024 Bryson. I think there's something there. This would be like cranking the dial way up on fun characters in golf. But Joel Damon.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't know that he is like
I love Joe David.
that sort of like athletic fitness golfer look, like physically they're going for. Personality he fits.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
in
yeah.
tune. He's in
Yeah.
line.
And so does Ricky Fowler.
Oh, Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, but
Speaking
he's
of the
never gonna-
Cobra Puma team,
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say he's never going to leave Puma, though.
that would be a sad
He's
day.
one of the main reasons why Max Homa went over the Cobra.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
So there was a something saying, I don't have it written down in our show notes, but the guy that does the fittings, he got a really good say, or
Yeah.
Ricky told Max about him. He was like, okay, let's do it. And he was in talks with him, and then he did it, make sure everything fits him right and how it should. He goes, this is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh,
So he put him on him.
I also heard that there's a good chance that Cobra handed him the bag.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Ricky Fowler, to be honest, like I've just liked him. I like his personality. I like him as a golfer. There's just a lot about him I like. However, this sort of like season in his life, he is not at the top of the leaderboards in his performance in golf. But he's so so known in the golf community. However, I do imagine there is some importance to having people who are finishing in the top 20, top 10, taking wins for your golf equipment line. Here is what somebody was suspecting. I don't even know. Maybe it was Barstool. Who knows? But talking about if Cobra came to him with a number, there's a good chance that Titleist would say, no, thanks. We don't need you.
Yeah.
We're Titleist. We sort of have this legacy brand of equipment. We are the number one ball in golf. We've got this whole sort of stable
Army of people.
of pro golfers. And Cobra, I really feel like is in this like latest season of evolution, but they don't have the star power to support what type of equipment they're putting out. And there's a chance they looked at Max Homa. I've been like, dude, this guy's killer on social media. He's a lot of fun, doing very well in golf. We want somebody like him to align with our brand. Here's a number. And then Titleist goes, okay,
Yeah.
have fun. Like, best of luck to you. We'll still be here making Titleist clubs if you ever come back.
I also feel like when you're getting into a scene like that, if you're a clothing brand company or just anything for like golf or like any sport in general, I would want the guys that are more entertaining. They could be in the top. They could be within like in the rankings 20 to like 100. But if their following is huge and their fans absolutely love them and they'll like back them,
Yeah.
I feel like that's more important than being the number one in the world.
I think it's a good point. I mean, I think social influence and all that stuff is really like the modern part of these big deals these guys are putting together. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you want to sell equipment, you want to sell clubs. In order to do so, our stuff needs to get in front of eyeballs and it needs to be presented in a way where people feel like it is quality and it's interesting. And I want to be like Mike was the old thing. You know what I mean? And, I think guys like Max Homa who are finding a voice, being funny, gaining followers is such a huge part of this sort of modern era if you're trying to build some sort of like massive enterprise out of this whole thing.
You know who else I could see going over the Lululemon?
Oh.
John Rahm.
Ooh. I mean, he looks like zero fun, but
The opposite
must-
of what we were talking
You
about.
must not
I
have
bet
seen the
John-
video with Bob Does Sports with him.
Yeah, but
was he good on there? I don't watch
They did a
anything.
taco eating challenge, and it was
What?
awesome.
I'm over here listening to the telepathy tapes on Spotify. You guys are watching golf stuff. Listen, guys, I'm not even going to get in the weeds. I found out about this on Joe Rogan, and it is the most mind-blowing podcast I've ever heard in my life. If you want to literally blow out the sidewall of your brain, listen to the 10-part podcast called The Telepathy Tapes. It's wild. Joe Rogan turned me on to it, and
You gotta look up
Holy
Midnight Productions in Arizona too.
I am positive that won't be good.
That is not
all right.
very good at all.
I'm sorry, Gary.
I got a question for you,
Yes.
Dan. Like, so we're talking about all the Cobra clubs, and you're going through the whole Titleist, we
Yeah.
don't need you thing, whatever, blah blah. And as far as like the professionals, they're not getting the standard Cobra clubs or the standard
Yeah,
Titleist
true,
clubs,
true.
right? It's their own unique club and whatever, blah blah. But you played Cobras, right?
Yeah, I currently am hitting Cobras. I got fitted at their headquarters in Carlsbad. and my bag is a Cobra bag.
So how would you say the Cobra Club is working for an amateur? Somebody like, for most of us listen to this podcast, or, how does the Cobra Club stack up, and how have they helped your game, hurt your game, whatever?
So I feel like in order to hit any club at its most optimal level, performance level, a fitting is utmost of importance. So I went and got fitted and found the best Cobra clubs for me, shaft combination, the whole thing. In doing so, I saw a massive improvement in my game, particularly distance. Gary can attest. I have added distance on every single one of my clubs. Now, I don't 100% say that these clubs go farther than those clubs, but having very good equipment that is fit to me allowed me to start swinging more freely and allowed me to start getting more club head speed, compressing the ball more. So it was such a wonderful culmination of things. Getting in brand new Cobra gear that was balanced and weighted and fit and adjusted to me made my 2024 golf season I would say, not a transitional season, but like an evolutionary season for me, where I got to see like courses I've played 100 times, I am hitting completely different clubs on now because it is just a completely different ball game. And I'm going to be dead serious. I did not expect the Cobra clubs to perform as well as they did. So it was actually a huge surprise, only because I, had other clubs. I had Strixons before that, had TaylorMades and all this other stuff. And I just had never gone down the road of exploring Cobra. And I am now a massive believer in the Cobra products, but at the same time, encourage anybody, if you are going to go that route and you really want to take your game to the next level, you have to get fitted into those clubs. So there is a swing weight that makes sense for you. The length, the loft, the lie, all of this stuff is in line with the way that your body moves. Because as we know, you can line 100 guys up and some guys are going to have longer arms, longer legs, shorter torsos, more mobility, less mobility. And all of these things affect the type of equipment that will work best for you to strike the ball as best as possible. So I will 100% say 10 out of 10, 5-star review, would recommend, that I have loved my entire golf season with the Cobra equipment.
Awesome. So where does Cobra kind of land as far as like prices go? Do you know? Like
I would say they're just right in line. Like, cause right now golf equipment is sort of at a place, like if you want to go out and get the newest driver, whether you're going to go get the new TaylorMade, the new Callaway, the new Titleist, the new Cobra, they're all within like $50, give or take. And then you can start changing that if you want to do custom shafts and doing things like that through your fittings. And it's pretty similar across the board. PXG is sort of like this step up that is across the board more expensive than all of them. But generally speaking, Cobra is just pretty much like industry standard, right in line with where you're going to find Callaway, TaylorMade, whatever, Titleist, Mizuno, and whatnot. Great equipment. Great guys, though. Great, dude, the Cobra team, insane. I got to do the tour of the Cobra tour truck. The tour truck, though. I did that. Tour,
yeah.
I did that at the PGA Championship, I think. I don't know. I posted a video on it. They got this brand new tour truck where they're like building clubs and this whole thing. And they're like, yeah, come on by if you want to do some content. I'm like, I'd love to, like, go on and see a tour truck and like whatever. And I thought they were going to like build a club and like I'd get to watch and like see like a master club builder like make Ricky Fowler's like 2-iron. I had no idea. I get in there and they're like, all right, cool. We're all going to clear out. You can just do whatever you want in here. I was like, wait, you're going to what? It's like, yeah, we'll get out of your hair. Like, so you could just do whatever you want. I'm like, anything off limits? They're like, no. I'm like, what about Ricky Fowler's locker? They're like, yeah, you can look in there if you want. I'm like, get out of here.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, well, like, what about like over on the other side with all the equipment and the drawers and everything? They're like, yeah, just go nuts. Just do whatever you want. And
why don't we have like 25 shafts?
Because there's probably 25 cameras everywhere. It was cool
because what they did is they trusted me enough because they knew I wasn't going to steal. And that's why I got to do that.
That's because we have morals.
Yeah.
Joke.
And it was cool.
Gary.
So I mean, literally just like going through, like pulling out a drawer of just driver heads of every loft and like slight variation. Next drawer, 3 woods. I like, you imagine like a driver head's what, like, $500, $550, depending on which one you get, like whatever, maybe $600. Like, I don't know. A drawer. Then you go down to the next wood. 3 wood heads, 5 wood heads, whatever, hybrids, iron.
Like, how many are in each drawer?
10 to 15.
More than 10, less than 20, maybe 15 to 18, like give or take. And they all have like these perfect foam cutouts that like each one sits in, like,
It's like, here's 15 driver's heads, $600 a piece.
Yeah, like,
there you go.
Easily. Like, oh my God.
It reminds me of the Loki show in Marvel when he was in the time variant zone, whatever it's called, and all the Infinity Stones were just in a drawer.
So-
Like Thanos' Infinity Stones that killed half of the world is in his drawer.
So they have a show that's called Low Key.
Loki. It's a character.
Like keep it low key.
No, it's a character. It's a god of mischief.
We'll do this show, but we're gonna keep it pretty low key. I have no idea what you're talking about. Loki?
Loki, yeah. Thor's brother.
Who's Thor?
The long-haired blonde guy.
And he's got
with
a brother
the hammer.
now?
He's always had a brother.
Oh, hammer guy. He's like Bob Vila. I got it.
Hey, can we see a fist bump from
a fist bump?
Yeah, I want to see a fist bump from that somebody got here. Just can you hold your phone up and show us your fist bump?
Tiger Woods fist bump. Out of nowhere.
It's too far away.
Just catching strays out of
Just catching
nowhere.
strays out of nowhere.
Yeah. All right. Oh, speaking of indoor golf and TGL, did you see the Barstool gang got to play on the new TGL setup?
No,
Everyone's
that's cool.
killing them on their swings.
Dude, it's so unfair. We get to, so, talked about it already. I got to go down for the media day. The Barstool gang was there. I'm like, oh, cool. Like they're, we're all just in the media gang. And in the email, it specifically said like, hey, just, the media is not going to be hitting off the area. Like, I get it. It's probably too far. You shank one, you ruin everything. I didn't know that these guys had like a special invite to play on the system after we were all gone.
I don't think that was the same day because they went
left and came back.
Jersey Jerry's doing a hole-in-one challenge there for.
So these guys just get run to the place.
Jerry After Dark. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, that's so unfair. I mean, I'm happy for him. Good for them. So
Did he do
unfair.
the hole-in-one challenge, or is he getting ready to do it?
He's getting ready to do it either tonight or tomorrow, I believe.
Gary, do you feel like that is fair treatment for guys like us, leaving us out, not letting us play in the TGL setup indoor simulator?
Yeah, because he had more people and ready to rock.
You're supposed to agree with me.
No.
God, why don't you go on their show? Jesus.
No.
Yeah, no,
If you had brought me, yeah.
There's something about watching like regular people take like hack swings at this thing that somehow makes it look bigger, and I don't know why. I was like, man, this thing's huge.
Well, it's funny because like the velocity in which Tiger's ball hits that screen versus like theirs, like sometimes they probably didn't even reach it.
It's just like, dude, kind of just rolls down
Just
softly.
Cries himself to sleep.
But not you, Gary. You pound the screen.
Pound that. I'd break it.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Geez, do we need to do like a look back on 2024? I got some notes here of some happenings. All right, Josh, you put together a list of here, remembering some golf legends of 2024.
Yep.
You want to go through those for us here and give us sort of a look back on some of the greats we've lost here?
Yeah, so this is where we remember the legends that we lost this past year. I'm just gonna go down the list. Some of them I don't know, but they're legends.
They're still worth remembering.
Yep. First we got Jackie Burke Jr., Malcolm Gregson, Stephanie Sparks, Ron Ceruto, Peter Oosterhuis,
Naturally.
Jeannie Bisgood, Grayson Murray, which we know him because that was tragic this year.
It's brutal.
Mark Carnevale, Chichi Rodriguez, Ron Green Sr., Susie Maxwell Burning, Jeff Babino, and Phil Hancock.
I tell you what, not to take away from the gravity of what Josh just read, But one of my favorite parts of the show is listening to Josh fight for his life, reading names. I could listen to that all day.
Some of the names were pretty funny too.
Yeah, they are. You did well, and that's why I handed that off to you because I was like, I don't want to say these guys' names wrong, and they passed away. But RIP 2024, a lot of names lost. And Josh, you did well. You got through it. You didn't get too emotional. I felt like you kept it together.
I thought Josh did great. I was sitting there as he's reading some of those. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not reading this.
Yeah, like Ustenhausenheimer. What was that one?
Yeah.
Sounds German.
Yeah, easily. Wow. Yep. All right. I imagine 2025 is going to be the same thing. We're going to lose a bunch. It's going to be sad.
Way to think positive.
Yeah, no. Everyone's already dead. What do you want me to do? Gary, is there anyone you want to be on that list at the end of this year?
No.
Thank you. I'm so glad you said no. If you would have started naming names, then just cancel.
He probably had 3 different people he was going to name.
A solid 3. Yeah, it looks like E.T.
Ghost tree over there.
Thank you, Rich. Wow. What else? Josh, we had like some of the worst stories from 2025. Did I lose those? Do we have those?
Someone's alarm's going off.
There's an alarm going off?
There was.
I think it was the GoPro.
Was it the GoPro?
Yeah, the GoPro. just
GoPro
quit.
went out.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Whatever.
I thought there was an alarm or something. I'm like, who's supposed to wake up right now? Gary.
Gary, is this about time you wake up usually?
Mm.
Gary, what's your regular sleep schedule? No. There's no such thing. Like, kind of on a regular basis, what hours do you try and sleep?
You know, whenever you're tired.
Could be right now.
Just could be right now. Like
Thanks for narrowing that down. Appreciate it.
Like earlier when we were getting things set up.
I was getting things set up.
Yeah, well, I thought I was going to be at 11.
Is the royal we, like the greater we?
Yeah. You got to be paying me a little bit more to help set up tripods.
I don't.
When I logged in here, I see Gary just laying on the floor in the middle of the studio.
Is there any recording of this? I wish there was.
What's going on?
What's funny is with Josh though, when I first met him, because he only knows me for golf, is like all the nice things about golf swings and stuff. But like he was one of these people that like translates into like taking that as actual compliments when really I was like, Jesus, how did he not hit me? And he thinks he's better than he is. So like I gotta bring him back a little peg or two. I see.
I already think I suck at golf.
Doesn't trust me with tripods. I'm like, I don't want to set up your tripods. Moving on.
Did your feelings get hurt?
Yeah.
He'll set it up vertical.
Yeah.
Since my feelings are hurt, I'm laying in the middle of the studio.
Let me know if this helps.
I make moving on.
I don't even know where that was going to go. This show is gone.
Been gone.
Entire
It's
show
been gone for
is
a
gone. Yeah, we moved some stuff around, Josh. I don't think we have worse stories of 2024 anymore, do we?
Yeah, we do.
It's
number 8.
Number 8. Well, help me out here. I've got like
all right, so
whatever. I've got shit everywhere.
Everyone's looking up the best stories of 2024
Yeah.
in the golf world, and we're like, you know what? We're different. We're built different. We're gonna talk about the worst golf stories
Naturally.
2024. And the first one we already talked about, which was Viktor Hovland's unusual injury.
Yeah, toe snap, bed frame, which you guys would take over glass in the hand.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
What if you cut a nerve and now you can't open your hand the correct way, or it always hurts?
But in 7 weeks, he's going to be back. So he didn't.
Did you see what foot it is, too? It's on his right one, so he's not putting any weight on, when he's going forward. So it's really not even impacting him that much, I wouldn't think.
You don't even use your pinky toe.
Yeah, your left pinky toe big time.
You guys think that just because you break a little one, it's like nothing. Do you imagine the level of pain he's in? He's probably in one of those boots.
I've broken a toe before.
When you break a toe, you don't know.
You just rock it out.
Yeah, you just tape it together and you're good.
Scheffler has glass embedded into his hand. Like he can't do any. He's got to get surgery because glass is embedded into his hand.
We're talking about the toe,
hurts?
Rich.
Yeah,
I know, but we're comparing the two pains.
Oh, I would rather have the toe pain 1,000,000% over a glass in my hand.
I think when you get cut by glass, sometimes you don't even know what happened.
We don't even know where it's cut on his hand.
Well, apparently not in a bad spot. 'Cause he's going to be golfing professionally in 7 weeks.
That's a long time.
That's a long time for that.
He's going to be fine in a week.
It's like 2 months.
You guys think that he's going to be out here just
I
golfing
would be
away with a broken
golfing
toe?
that day with a broken toe. I wouldn't give a shit.
Gary, shut
Probably-
up.
You pussy
It's
bitch.
like in Landman. He just took his pocket knife out, cut it off, and he's out there playing.
That's what
right
I
now.
would do. I would solderize it with my lighter. Solderize it, cauterize it.
I'm taking glass in the hand. I'm sorry.
Solderizing it.
I'm taking glass in the hand, guys.
You're
We
dumb.
can all agree you're
See,
wrong.
Gary, you have so many cuts on your hand and you're doing fine. And now you're going to deviate to breaking bones in your feet because you think that's better.
It is.
2 days ago, I couldn't swing with this.
Like, you can't move without moving that bone and putting pressure on it. Like, you could take a hand and just kind of chill out, but I don't have to put the weight of my body on it.
Yeah,
That's
but
your big toe.
the tremors
It's your foot.
Yeah, but it's
off
your,
the rails.
It's a
Move it on.
stabilizer. You use it to balance. Your little toes working at all times. It's
Rich
probably
is
working right
getting
now.
pixelated.
You better not be.
Look at them all pixelated over
All
there.
right. Next one.
All right, Josh, help us out here.
Next one is Max Greiserman's or Gracerman's.
Here we
however you
go.
say.
Get through that one, Josh.
His Wyndham Championship collapse. At the Wyndham Championship, PGA Tour rookie Max Gracerman experienced a dramatic collapse. After leading by 4 strokes following an eagle on the 13th hole, he suffered a quadruple bogey on the 14th, followed by a double bogey on the 16th, ultimately finishing second.
Sounds like a good round for you there, Danny.
The
Oh, dude.
incident was further complicated by fellow golfer Matt Kuchar's controversial decision to halt play to the darkness, which some believed affected his performance.
Wow. That is an epic meltdown. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Some bad scores.
Why'd you throw me in the
Quadruple
mix
bogey?
there? What are you talking about?
I just threw them. You just get straight fire.
God, I hope you get glass in your hand. You wouldn't even
I
know.
hope you stub your toe in your hey dudes that I
Whatever.
like.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks.
Next one. We all know about this one. It is the Jeffrey Guam severe eye injury.
Oh, yeah.
Australian golf prodigy Jeffrey Guan, age 20, suffered a severe eye injury during a Pro-Am event in New South Wales after being struck by an errant golf ball. The accident resulted in multiple orbital fractures, raising concerns about potential vision loss and highlighting the risks associated with the sport.
Yeah, and I feel like Pro-Ams are inherently dangerous because you're putting regular golfers onto a course where there are people and spectators and all this stuff going on that probably shouldn't be in that place when normal people are playing
Mhm.
golf. And wow, that is tragedy.
That is such an important eye to me too, because like you're looking over, because he's a righty. Yeah. So I mean, you're looking over to the left of you at all times. So like to have that depth perception kind of get screwed up would suck.
It was his left eye.
Yeah. So that's no fun.
Well, I'd be
Here's a-
curious, was that previously his dominant eye? Is his right eye his dominant eye, or was he left eye dominant and now he has to like retrain his brain?
I have no clue.
All right, so 2 questions.
Go
One, how did this happen? Because I didn't see what it was. Where did it happen?
New South Wales, Australia.
Pro-Am
Well,
event
not the
leading up to a
location.
tournament. I don't know if we know the specific details, but he's out playing a Pro-Am. He's with the group, and some other group hits a wild shot that hits him in the eye socket.
Oh, okay. So he's on course somewhere, and somebody hit to the wrong fairway.
Yeah,
and
it just hit him
gotcha. Okay,
square in the face.
Gotcha. So that's tragic. That's something that I don't think like that's hard to. There's no way to prevent that. I mean, other than not the other guy not hitting in the other fairway. But the one that I'm always crazy about, like when you have these guys and you have when the fans line up and give
Yeah.
like the golfer like this much room to
Yeah.
hit, where like and they're just like so deep. I'm just like, how do those fans like back up, move? Like I don't know.
It
like,
was
that to me
crazy
is
to me.
18 at Augusta.
When you see that, and a lot of
Yeah.
times the hallway is the narrowest when they're hitting a recovery shot.
Yes.
And it's like, wait, you guys are like 20 feet wide with driver, but now this dude's hitting off a root. You know what I mean? Like with like an upside down 6-iron, and you guys leave them just this like little pipe to hit the ball through.
Which
and
I think would make it better though for your shot, right? In my head, I'm like, oh, I have to hit there.
Are you kidding me?
I would love to
I
do
am
that.
the most. I'm most nervous playing in front of all these people.
You-
But now I got to make sure I hit the exact shot. Like,
I barely have the nerves to play through a group. Jesus.
That's my heaven.
That's your heaven.
Consistently hitting bombs in front
If
of me.
when Gary dies, he's going to
Just
float
go
away to this place where he's just playing through groups, just
hitting
for
bombs,
eternity.
get a
Just-
birdie waving back, going thanks.
All right.
so for those other like 100 people that are all standing there watching in line, is that their hell that they have to watch Gary strike the ball every single day?
Maybe that's how
I
heaven and hell works.
hope you're there one day. I'm like, Rich, what's up? I'm like, watch this shot.
Like we
It's
think of
guys
heaven
like
and
me
hell.
who fear it completely and just like I'm freaking out the entire time as Gary hits the ball.
We think of heaven and hell as two different places, but maybe they exist in the same place. And the guy who's
Yeah.
like, if I have to let one more person play through, this is my hell. And so
And
he
then
just
Gary
has
pops
to
up.
keep letting Gary play through for forever. It's just like,
And I
thanks.
say the same joke to him every
Yeah.
time.
Hit
Show him the
everything fat.
video.
Yeah,
Dude,
God.
Tiger Woods fist bump.
Here's the video. Here's my joke. See you later. Like, I'm in hell. This is great.
This is so fun.
right,
You guys wanna
Josh.
play?
Well,
Do we have any
anyways,
more?
yeah, we got 3 more.
That sounds like a lot. Maybe we'll do 2.
Okay. Graham McDowell's anti-doping violation.
Okay. Give us some details here.
Former U.S. champion or U.S. Open champion Graham, I think that's how you say it, Graham McDowell received a
Graham
one
McDowell.
tournament suspension and a $125,000 fine from Live Golf for violating the circuit's anti-doping policy. McDowell inadvertently ingested a banned substance, R-methamphetamine, found in an over-the-counter decongestant he used during the Nashville event in June. He failed to apply for the therapeutic use exemption, leading to the sanctions fines and all that stuff. And
That's crazy.
Dude was smoking meth.
No, he took an over-the-counter
like cough medicine.
Yeah, like flu medicine, whatever, and in it had like various ingredients, and a very, very small amount of that happened to be a banned substance in an over-the-counter flu medicine.
That's why you could only buy so many Robitussin at a time, etc.
I've never been cut off, but I
never done that.
Yeah.
You ever watched
Get
Breaking
outta
Bad?
here. Huh?
Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah, no.
it's a great show.
Yeah.
All right, last one. And we all know this one. PGA Tour rules change. The PGA Tour Policy Board proposed significant changes for the 2026 season, including reducing field sizes and adjusting pathways, sparking contention among fans and players. Notably, they plan to address slow play differently, reducing fines for individual offenses, but increasing penalties under the average stroke time policy. These adjustments, supported by Rory McIlroy, aim
course.
to enhance overall tournament pace.
Rory. I almost would rather get hit in the eye with a golf ball and deal with all that.
Me too.
Call me crazy.
Well, I don't know. So we put this in the worst part, the worst section of
You're not doing it for real?
2024. This announcement. I really only feel like half of this is bad. Like, I'm not a fan of them dropping off and making the field smaller, because I like having those younger guys in there, getting to have the chance, to like that. So I wish that was bigger. But picking up increasing pace of play, I think every golfer is for that. If you are not, you should not be a golfer, and no other golfers want to golf with you.
I do agree. There is nothing more brutal on this planet than slow golf. And then you take professional tour players who take time to consider everything, and then one of those guys is the slowest among them. And then now we have to take a planet full of ADD people and try and put golf on TV. Meanwhile, Patrick Cantlay's been standing over his ball for 16 minutes.
Yeah.
And Brian Harmon's on his 700th waggle. And it's like, we're trying to make hit TV shows here, guys.
What's a waggle?
A waggle? Like when you stand over the ball and you like wiggle your club and you kind of like get kind of the feeling of the weight in the club and feel a little wrist movement. People use it for different reasons, but that little gesture as you're standing over the ball is called the waggle.
Okay.
and Brian Harmon. They did one. I forgot when it was, but they put a waggle counter on the screen, and it was like 15, 16, 17, 18. I was at the Ryder Cup, and it was hole 1, and I'm like down near the green, and I see the ball coming. He hits up the right side where I am, and I was like, "Oh, nice! I'm going to get kind of right up against the ropes." And we were in Rome, but of course, there's a lot of American fans who flew over for this, and some American guy comes walking up. He's like, "Yeah, Brian Harmon, let's see some waggles." I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, could you imagine? Like, how do you stand over the ball and take your customary 30 waggles after hearing that?
That's funny.
Like, at some point, you're like,
You're so
God, he's
insecure about
counting.
your-
I know, but I'm not ready to hit yet. Oh my God. Yeah, let's see some waggles. I was like, I've never heard that. I've been to a lot of golf tournaments. I've never heard that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Brian Harmon catching some strays. But I do agree. I do feel like it is beginning to get a little out of control. There has to be something done. We got to start reining these guys in. We got to reel it back in a little bit, because at the end of the day, pro golf is a television product. That's what it is. That's the purpose that it serves, is to fill airtime, which can have commercial space and sponsorships sold, which generates money, which creates prize purses and all these things. But if we sort of like lose sight of the purpose and let Patrick Cantlay take 22 minutes to figure out how he's going to hit the stupid ball, then we don't have a televisable product. And at this point, it's, okay, well, then you're going to be on the mini tours and playing for like 11 grand this weekend. And, like whatever Biloxi at a tournament no one's going to be watching. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rich, do you think they're solving the problem?
I think it's just going to have to evolve, right? Like everything's evolving, everything's moving forward. Like, baseball's coming out with a lot of new stuff. I mean, that's a very slow progress game. They cut games down from over 3 hours. Now they're just over 2 hours,
which is still a lot of baseball.
Love it.
I enjoy it. I like
Okay.
the baseball. You have the purists out there and everything like that.
Josh, you wanted to take like 9 hours?
Well, I was not a fan of the pitch count or the pitch clock.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, I like sitting down and watching a game.
For a long time. Like,
Do you assume that anything you talk about that's not golf, Dan has no idea about? Like, you enter each, like...
He don't know that much about baseball.
he doesn't know anything about baseball.
no.
I'm saying everything that's not golf, though. Just assume that he's like, what?
That one guy who does like the baseball lip reading and voiceovers.
John Boy. No.
John Boy.
Is it John Boy?
John
Yeah.
Boy, John Boy Media.
He's literally the only reason I know that there's like a shot clock or whatever now.
The best is like when he does the
Shot
fights,
clock.
The what?
like the bench clearing brawls.
Oh yeah, dude. Everything he does is great.
When the people are just like rating their lips, they're just screaming at him
Yeah.
and like,
No,
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. Also, I love when he lip reads like coach umpire arguments,
Ah.
and he's like, "No, you suck. Do your job. You're trash."
I am doing my job.
Yeah.
You're not talking to me. I'm talking to you.
You're talking to me.
No, you listen. Yeah, that is the grand total of the amount of baseball I watch is when John Boy comes up on my Instagram. So I like the sport overall, with the way he presents it. Josh wants a 9-hour game. He likes to sit down and enjoy it. Rich thinks it's a little more televisable at 2 hours.
Well, they stopped selling beer at like the 7th inning.
Is that good? Is that bad? Like, how do I take that?
Depends.
You put the pitch clock down, games are shorter. Less time to enjoy with
Yeah,
the
but
bullet.
everybody got there like 7 hours early with their barbecue.
So that's just that's the pregame.
Well, also I feel like though for baseball now, people are more showing up on time. When it was 3.5 hours long, it wasn't until the 4th inning till the stands were even full.
Oh, yeah, you don't even go in.
Well, at guaranteed
Right.
rate, no one even goes there. So
It was like,
True.
those old movies.
17.
The old movies when they put the credits first. Like, that's what baseball was. Like, you don't need to watch this part. This whole part is a waste of time. Come in like an hour and a half, then you could start watching. You'll be fine. That's how baseball works.
Dan, you know the record with the thumbs down field or guaranteed rate field or whatever you want to call it. 17. They had an attendance of 17 for one of their games.
That is impossible.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
17.
It was the first game of a doubleheader, a day game on like a Wednesday.
17 people
Yeah.
showed up.
They played the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
17.
It was like a COVID game.
That's
Oh
great.
my god, that is nobody likes
but
baseball.
that wasn't during COVID. That was last year.
Yeah.
This
Literally.
season. It was this season.
Literally,
24 season.
no one.
Well, they are the
likes
most
baseball.
losingest team.
Yeah. They were by far. I actually think they might. Right. They broke the record for the worst worst record ever.
Does Chicago have any good sports teams?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
I
Like at the moment.
dude,
Hold on, let's hear Gary. Gary, go, tell us which ones.
Hawks killed it for 3 years, like 2015.
That was a long
13.
time ago.
Yeah.
But right
that
now,
was over 10 years ago.
yeah.
Still, that's pretty cool.
Keep going. Who else is doing good there in
I'm
Chicago?
gonna do good over here, catching these hands, boy. Shadow
Uh,
box.
I mean, is 10 years the breaking point? Like in the
Yeah.
last 10 years?
Yeah, because it's all rebranded.
Well, then we can go with the Cubs. Then
Yes.
No, Cubs suck.
2016.
Woo! Go Cubs, go!
They
Right.
blow, they blow.
Are you one of those guys? You have to pick one team. Like,
Southside, man.
like my kids do that. They're
Please.
like who's the soccer Messi or who's the other guy?
Ronaldo.
Yeah, they don't watch any soccer, but they want to know which team you're on. Like who?
I'm
are
a
you-
messy guy.
Yeah, are you like that with like baseball? Like it's just you're one or the other, and I have to hate you. if
Yeah,
it's
you're
not.
either a Cubs or Sox fan, Mets or Yankees fan, Dodgers or Angels fan. You're not either or. You're one or the other.
or neither.
Gary, you're
Neither.
not
Yeah.
Gary.
you're
Yeah, I'm
neither.
more in the neither or. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Fine. All right. I feel like the show's so far off the rails. Before we get out of here,
Facts.
2025 is here. We're on it. I want to know, does anybody have any goals, anything in golf they're looking forward to, anything they'd like to accomplish, anywhere they'd like to go play, anything in this year golf related that is on your forecast? Josh, what do you got?
I have a couple. I want to hit my first birdie.
Okay.
I haven't done that yet.
In a non-scramble format, like a solo,
Yep.
no
solo.
Bernhard Langer crap to disqualify
I mean,
you.
I'll still count it if we're playing a scramble and we're just taking my balls.
Yeah, if it's
You know
like a
what I mean?
solo birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I want to play at a place called George Dunn.
All right.
That's like one
George
of the
Dunn's a
dream
good
places.
course.
Gary, did
That's
you
a
play
really
there
good
last
course.
week?
Played there last week.
Gary played
Really?
there last
They're
week.
open now?
Yeah, he's already checked most of your bucket list off. It's the 2nd of January.
I was just wondering what
No.
scramble he was going to be invited to.
All right, those are solid. You got a course you want to play, and you've got sort of an on-course accomplishment. I like it. Gary, you got anything for the year?
Well, I always got my golf goals for the year, but the major one was obviously double eagle. Hopefully, it's on a par 4. That'd be really sick. That's my main golf goal. Besides,
So explain to me, how do you get a double eagle on a par 4 for the
You get a
listeners
hole
at
in
home?
one.
Okay, so
you get you get there's one hole over at the Elks that's like 275 par 4. Use like a 2-iron for that, but there's other ones that are 330 that you could reach. So
yeah.
so that's one. Definitely shooting under 70s always.
Is that like a lifetime achievement, or like you're really setting out this year to like check that goal off?
Like that's one of my major goals. Like this last year and like this year coming up, because like I've gotten
It's
two.
like a rollover goal. It's like my weight loss.
'Cause I
Like,
always
I'm going to
wanna-
roll it over.
Yeah,
you know?
I want to shoot par. I want to shoot under par, and I want to shoot in the 60s. And I want to make sure that like I always try to get like an eagle on the first day you go out, which I didn't do. So whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't golfed though outside yet, 2025. So I have a
True.
chance. So
All right.
we'll see.
Rich, you got anything?
So this year, my goal is I want to, and it's increments, right? It's nothing like double eagles like he wants or something like that, But I want to actually hit the 80s
Yeah.
without using any foot wedges, without using any, because just actual
Just
real
a
golf.
real gentleman's 80s.
A
89.
full-on hit an 8. If I hit an 89 and no foot wedges, no breakfast balls, no,
Yeah.
second shots, whatever, just none of that. just a
Reload.
real
He was
strict-
talking.
Walk up to the low 80s.
Exactly. None of that. And I'm also super looking forward to, we're building a simulator out in Monticello.
Yes.
So,
You're going to get
I,
dialed.
I am getting dialed this summer. That's what I want to do is is really just crank the whole game up.
Maybe like an outdoor on course 80s, maybe like an indoor 70s, like a 79 and an indoor. I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe just
Sure.
throw it in there. I'm not trying to, list your goals for you.
Who do you think?
Maybe this year we'll do a live hole-in-one challenge.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That would-
Right?
Stream it.
That would be fun. If you put me and Rich against each other, who do you think's winning?
Rich.
You think so?
No, so.
Because I could get hot, but I could also get like terrible.
Rich, how long you been playing, dude?
I mean, I've been playing for a long time, but like I've been since I opened this store and when I was living out in Milwaukee, or not Milwaukee, Minneapolis. That was like about 5 years that I probably played 6 rounds of golf. 3 of those being last year.
6 rounds in 5 years.
Yeah, it was
That's what I
brutal,
do before.
Gary warms up for a round with 6 rounds.
right?
I've warmed up for rounds with a round.
Oh, yeah. Little pre-round round.
We had
When I
a-
was living down in Tinley, it's not a ton, but it's a good amount. I was golfing, 30 rounds a year.
So when
Yeah.
he
That's
said,
not bad.
I had one of those rounds where you can't touch it ball, and I shot 73, so I was really happy with that.
Solid.
That's awesome.
Well, here's what I think we do. When the weather gets a little better, we take it out to the golf course and we find out. We do
Yeah.
like a mano-y-mano thing here.
I'm riding in your cart.
We need a
no,
we need a belt.
We need our caddies. You guys got to figure out who you're caddying.
You're my passenger princess again there, Rich?
Oh, I'm fine with that. That sounds
Okay.
good.
He wants my
I think that's
reads.
the only way to settle this on course. You know what I mean?
On course, we need it. We need a belt for the prize.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I have one
Yes.
at home.
You got a belt?
Yeah, I got a belt.
All right. Well, whatever's on the front of it, we're gonna get a screwdriver and snap
Let's
it
get
off
another
and
belt
put a golf thing
for
on it.
Dan when he finally plays the back tees normally.
Yeah, Gare. I do pick the proper tees for my handicap.
No,
I,
he is
I
so
don't
much
get
better than he
pressured
was. He's hitting it 300 yards now with 3 woods. He deserves to be back.
and still shooting in the low 80s. Still,
Compliment.
you can hit it 900 yards and 7 putt and still suck.
Hey, have you hit a hole in one at Green Garden yet?
No.
Oh.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh.
Because I was telling this guy when I was at the Masters about my hole in one at Green Garden, and it was just a cool story. It was great. It was a great time. All right, if I were to have any golf goals for this year, obviously my golf goal no longer needs to be to get a hole in one, especially at Green Garden.
Be a man.
Bingo, check. I also am not going to set a golf goal to play whatever tees Gary tries to pressure me into. I'll play the tees that are appropriate for my skill level.
Don't be
Thank
peer
you.
pressured.
Thank you. Oh, Gary, there you go. If I were to have a golf goal, it would be for myself. And this isn't like a one-time happening. If my round starts to get a little shaky or a little off the rails, don't mentally quit the round. Because there's so many times where I'm like, I'm putting together a little decent round and have like a blow-up hole and then maybe miss a putt or two. And I'm like, nah, today's just a relaxing day where, let's get something going. Get something to drink, get a turn dog, and I'm out of the round. I'm out. My goal for this year is to not allow like 1 or 2 holes to literally make me mentally quit the entire round. I'll still play. I love golf. I'm never going to quit. It's just I am no longer
Mentally weak.
invested
Yes.
in the round because there's no point. It's like I'm not going to shoot. Like for me, I'm either going to go out and shoot my new best or have fun. But I don't like to just go out and shoot my current average. Like I would rather just have fun, like have a great time. But I'm going to work on that. That's one of my goals. And then my other goal is to golf with more adults because Gary's a child when he golfs.
Oh, God.
I'll tell you something. The last
What
time,
a build up.
the last time we were out on course, that was insane.
So many times did I not take the punch over here, him talking. And then he just winds
Just
up and just
Out of nowhere.
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
The guy that's making me, what? Go ahead.
I wasn't gonna say
I
nothing.
thought you were saying something.
No, I just hold my microphone all the
No,
time.
you said the last time.
Oh, no, I completed it. I completed the
Oh.
sentence.
What,
I
what
said,
was the
I,
last time?
I said
What
last
happened
time
last
when
time?
all 3 of us went.
What did we do? Did we get crazy?
It was chaotic.
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah.
Uh,
Dan brought his putter to the driving tee.
I do that a lot. I literally, or I bring a driver to the putting green. I also do that a lot. Looking at 2025, obviously it's a Ryder Cup year. I can't wait. We're going to be at Bethpage Black. Hopefully I am there. I'm planning on it. Any of you guys are going to try and be at the Ryder Cup? Anyone trying to go? Anyone?
Sure.
If you want to
Where's it at this year?
Bethpage Black, upstate New York. Also, what else we got coming up this year?
That'd be so fun.
There's still no deal between PGA Tour and Live Golf.
No.
And from a lot of the guys, the analysts of sorts, they're saying that the tours are already announced. So even if they've inked a deal tomorrow, that won't affect how we're watching golf this year.
Maybe not even next year.
And potentially not next year. So who knows where that's going to go? TGL is that next week?
Believe so.
Yeah, like Monday night? Is it coming up? Like
It's prime time.
okay, we got TGL happening. Live Golf is going to Fox. I think that'll be interesting. Maybe
That's
see
huge.
a different level of production. There's no specifics on that. And last but not least, do you think Scottie Scheffler is going to steamroll everyone again? Or do you think we're going to have some other people sort of emerge and sort of see a more balanced golf season on the PGA Tour? That's the last question for the day.
He's going to win 4 times.
Well,
4 times.
Well, definitely not in the first 2 months of the season.
Never know.
He has a
Those 7 weeks.
debilitating left hand glass embedded in his hand injury.
Yes.
The glass has been
That's-
removed. He's just letting a small cut heal.
That
You
last-
guys have broken bones in your body because you picked the broken toe. You guys are psychopaths.
Cut it off.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see an end to the Scotty run.
I don't either.
Dude is hard. I mean, he's been to jail. You know, he's hardened.
He's done hard time.
He's done hard time. And I don't think a little glass shank, as they call it, in the slammer or wherever, is going to slow him down. I think this guy's dealt with knife fights
Go break your toe.
and other things. I'm not going to go break my toe
Go
because
walk
I didn't
around
pick toe
with
break.
Legos blindfolded.
Okay. I think Scotty's still got it in him. I'm not worried about him.
Me neither.
I want Viktor Hovland back. He just left his swing coach, Joey Mayo, again. We'll talk about that more next week. We don't need to get into that. That's too much. That guy's insane to follow on Instagram, though. He argues with people. People send him like DMs, Joey Mayo, swing coach. Viktor Hovland, swing coach. Viktor Hovland left him. Viktor Hovland went back. Viktor Hovland just left him again. This guy, if people like DM him about like some instruction stuff he did, he'll screenshot it and then post it on Instagram and then just hammer the person in public. He doesn't respond to their DM in the DMs. He just brings it all out here in the light.
Good.
Max
Yeah.
Homa does the same thing.
Oh, dude, that is such a power move. All right, guys, that's all I got for this week on the show. You guys good? You good?
Yeah.
You're good.
Hey,
He's
but-
good.
Before we go, got a quick question for you, Dan.
Go ahead.
Where's you're always traveling, you're always going to different tournaments, you're always going everywhere. Where are you headed to next?
Next I have the PGA show, which is in like 2.5 weeks. That's in Orlando. I also potentially am going to the season opener of the LPGA tour the following week, which is also near Orlando. And then shortly after that, we have Waste Management. I'm not sure if I'm there, but I really want to because I want to go back and see what the new rules changes. Are they going to tame the environment, or will the people and the energy ultimately prevail to keep the waste management we know and love? That's what I
That's
think is
awesome.
coming up next year in the next few weeks.
I'm looking forward to it. I would love to see some more of your behind the scenes stuff. Let's get some clips. Let's get some stuff on TikTok or whatever.
I just finished a piece with Sports Illustrated for all my behind the scenes stuff from TGL. I think that's getting posted in the next day or so. So keep an eye out for that. Rich, we might have a little family vacation coming up, so maybe we can get some golf content down in Florida.
That would be nice. I'm hoping I can make it. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try.
He's afraid to lose.
I'm
All right,
engaged.
guys.
I'm going to lose.
Josh is
There's
still engaged this year.
She said yes.
Your one goal for the year is to not screw that up.
I'm not
That's your
going.
golf goal. All right, guys, that's it for the Dance Golf World Show.